not see that was the power. And I am so tired all the time. I'm fully losing my mind. I try, but there's no turning back for me now.
Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, LoveTalk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. It's Founders Day for my sorors, ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. 110 years strong, baby. 110 years strong. So if you see us out there in our red and white today, you know why. It's a Friday the 13th takeover. So we are celebrating, and the Deltas all over the world are painting the town red. So, and what a way to kick off MLK weekend, I must say. There's a lot going on. I know that Martin Luther King III is going to be in town at Woolsey Hall over the weekend to talk about, in conversation with James Foreman from the law school. So if you've not had opportunity, and it's floating around on these internets, they are doing something. It's free and open to the public. I do think you have to register though. I also know that the Music Haven children and the St. Luke Steel Band are doing their concert for MLK. Look them up. That's a wonderful opportunity. So there's a lot going on this weekend. That at the Beinecke, of course, will have an exhibit of things belonging to Martin Luther King Jr. So that they have in their possession. So there's lots of things that you could choose the level of involvement. You could pick and choose the level of involvement of MLK activities. So whether you want to be like all in or want a taste, there's opportunity and room for you to get it in. And I want people to have what they need. So there's a lot going on. Let me see. Let me tell you what else is going on. Some of these places, I'm trying to get places that are local because, you know, I got a calendar that's all over the damn place. That is worldwide instead of citywide. So the citywide stuff comes up too, but I got to do a little bit of a search. But there's stuff going on all over the place. So don't just depend on me to tell you. Go and look at stuff and see what's happening, because it's a pretty interesting time. And we need a word. Do you know what I mean? Like we need a commitment to realigning ourselves back to the issues of the day. And MLK is a good way to sort of ground ourselves in the work that needs to be done around social justice and just humanity, just humanity. So whether your thing is music or you need a preaching, or you just need to see stuff, or if you just, I don't know, Monday here, we're going to play the speeches of MLK. So when you tune in on Monday, you'll hear all the speeches, as many as we could play in the 2 hours that is my set. And we do that because I feel strongly that people ought to hear these speeches. And you only hear them once a year. So and oftentimes you only hear snippets. So I would invite people to sort of set their radios and whatever your listening device is, so that you can hear these speeches in totality, because that's where the greatness is about these speeches, in the words of MLK Jr., that in totality, when you listen to I Have a Dream, don't just pick out the pieces about, the content of skin and all that other kind of the content of character and color of skin. Go do the whole thing. And so I'm looking forward. I'll be tuned in myself because I like hearing the speeches in totality. I do. So you won't hear me. We'll just start with the speeches in totality, and just loop them for however long we could do it, for a couple of hours, and let people get a sense of the greatness, and to get people contemplative. I love drawing people into a contemplative state, so that we can begin to think about where we are, and reimagine where we need to go from here. Just reimagine. I love that word, reimagine, because something exists, and how do we sort of make it contemporary for today's struggle, for today's fight? What does that look like? So we hearken back to the past, so that we could learn and maybe glean something that we hadn't heard before, and then we bring it forward into the contemporary times. So the struggle is real, baby. We still out here stomping in these streets. We are still doing that work, and MLK is a good motivator. Is a good motivator to get us thinking about, and those of us who are in our 50s and 60s, we were little kids. We were little kids. So, MLK was about the age of my mother, my parents, right? So I'm just saying. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And I'm gonna try to catch a few things. Try to catch a few things this weekend. I can't promise you I'll be at everything. And I don't know if I want to be at everything. I kind of want to dial it back a little bit. I'll be somewhere on Monday for sure. But the weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, we'll see what we get into. We shall see what we can get into. And I'll keep you posted. And whatever I get into, I'll come back and tell you on Tuesday. I'll be back on Tuesday talking about this is what I did, this is where I was. This is who I was with. This is what we did. This is what we said. That kind of thing. So we'll see. I'm gonna try my best to make it to some stuff and take it all in. I've been hearing a lot about Prince Harry. I guess we still call him Prince Harry. His book called The Spare. Ooh, that's chills down my spine when I found out that he was called The Spare. Like, damn. Monarchy gets down like that. But yes, they do. I don't know why people are so, I don't know. I think Disney has done people a disservice about what royal life is like. I think what we do is we sort of transfer our Disney experience over to that monarchy experience. And then we are all shocked and awed when it doesn't match. Like, what? Yeah, the monarchy, the UK monarchy is cutthroat. They've always been cutthroat. They started the world cutthroat. They are the architects of white supremacy. I don't understand why people think, oh, he's the king and they're the princes and it's all lovely and glass slippers. And are you kidding me? Y'all know Henry VIII. Y'all know any of these people? Catherine, any of them? Do you know any of these people? You know any of their stories? Ciao. See, we Americans are hooked on Disney princesses. Do you know what I mean? Disney royalty. You know, clearly defined villains, clearly defined goodness, animals from the forest that talk. That's Americans' idea of royalty. So we get hit with real royalty and what that looks like, we are like aghast, like, oh my God, no. These people are the original architects of white supremacy and world domination. My God. You know, these are the people that led the Crusades. Come on. These are the people that killed people for all kinds of reasons. Holy cow. I'm just blown away. So here comes Prince Harry talking about the monarchy and the ins and outs and the intimacies, and everybody's mad. Like, oh, you're betraying your what? He's telling you what his experience is. How are you going to be mad at somebody for them sharing what their experiences is inside their family? It's just like if you start talking about your family, it's not all going to be, you know, light and roses. It's going to be some ugliness to that. Every family, I don't care whose it is. I dare say in the family that Jesus Christ was born into, you can't tell me that there was some jealousy, some rage, some wrongdoing, some betrayal, all of that. So I'm not surprised. And everybody's like, oh, I can't believe. What do you mean you can't believe? That's not your family. But if you look at your own family, then you're like, okay, all right. Because y'all know it's a chore to gather for Thanksgiving. It's a chore to gather for holidays. But we do it because we rise above whatever the pettiness of the family is happening. We all have the ability to do that. And we do it because it's great, because the idea of gathering and seeing each other in love and light is greater than the pettiness and the fights that are going on in the family. So everybody has a ceasefire, you know, until about 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving. Then it's back to regularly programmed fighting. But every family has that. They're not different, and they're not better. They're not better. They failed. Listen, King Charles had a beautiful wife, cheated on her with a woman who was not beautiful like his wife, who was not as engaging as his wife, who was not as beloved as his wife. And then he bring that chick home to his kids, and he's like, this is who I'm married. And what are they going to do? They little. They can't do a damn thing but go sit up under their grandparents and be like, all right, dad got a new chick. And, you know, and they still mourning their mother, and they still got to do public duties, and they have kids, you know, and they're not going to give these kids they're not going to have anything that looks like there's a chink in this armor. So what do? They grow up in all that pain and dysfunction. And then Charles doesn't give a damn. He's like, I'm going to marry my side chick. I'm going to bring her into the palace, and I'm going to shove her down your throats. And like he said, she had to do some cleaning up. I don't know where you have an affair with somebody and you bring them into the house. I don't know where they do that, but that's some gangster stuff. So yeah, he's going to feel some kind of way, particularly if it's not. And she probably was lovely to them. I'm not saying she was an evil stepmother, not that Disney mess that we are used to seeing. I don't think that at all. I think I think whatever the relationship was, whatever she is to him, we don't know. I don't know. I don't really care. But I don't know what that relationship is. It's what it is. And so much so that he married her. And then before his mama died, she made her the queen consort. So, you know, She can't be queen, but she can be a consort, you know. So, and she came to accept it. Everybody came to accept it. You know, it's just, you know, when every year when Diana's death anniversary shows up, then, you know, everybody gets a little weepy and you know, that chick has got to go and, you know, sit indoors and not be in the way, you know, because she's part of that story. She's part of the demise of that marriage. We all saw the interview. We all saw it. You know, we all saw it. So that's what it is. And so he wrote this book. And it's blowing out of stores. People were buying it like it's the best thing since paper. And he's making the rounds. He's talking about it, you know. And I'm sure the monarchy. See, if I was the monarchy, and they had a good PR people and not the old school PR people, they would embrace this and say, you know what, every family, they would go with that. Every family has its problems. Our family is just like your family. Take that route. And it's like, you know what, we're going to do everything we can to sort of set the example for being how to work through these issues so that other people could feel compelled to work through their issues. That's how they could be of service to their people, but they're not. They want to keep up this illusion of perfection. And that doesn't serve nobody, not even them. Not even them. It doesn't even serve them, right? But if they would have just handled this a little bit differently, you know, and come together and solve some of these rifts and be like, you know what, yeah, we beefing, but we still family, you know. And they were racist to Meghan Markle. They were racist, and they were trying to create tension between her and Kate and all this other kind of stuff. And then, oh, she's making everybody cry. Have y'all seen Meghan Markle? Who's she gonna make cry? She's a slip of a woman. Who is she gonna make cry? But that's that narrative of angry Black woman or Black women getting other women told. You know, it's that narrative. Now there's some truth that we will not tolerate a whole lot of foolishness as Black women. We not. And some of us are going to speak our piece. And she strikes me as one of them kind of sisters, you know, that will say what needs to be said. Because I've seen her mama. You know, but the fact that, you know, they came at her with racism. They came at her like that. And they know it. I don't even know why they're trying to say, oh, well, it wasn't racist. And I'm looking at all the press and I'm thinking, then y'all need a DEI class or something. Because, you know, y'all need a little talk on equity and inclusion, because this is racism. This is white supremacy speak. And y'all didn't mean her no good. Didn't mean her no good. And y'all trying to blame her for what's going on in the monarchy. She's not from there. This has been going on before she even arrived. The breakdown of communication was already in place. They just didn't want to hang it on themselves. They wanted to hang it on her, which was unfair. So yeah. And listen, if he don't want to do royal duties, then go. He left. He's out. Like, can we just step back? And they were like, no. No, you're not getting a break. We didn't get a break. You're not getting a break. And they could have set a new tone. They could have set a new day. And they could have dispatched them in part-time to do stuff that would have made more sense for them as a family that's trying to grow. And they really could have handled that differently. You know, they really could. But because, you know, they had so many other faux pas that I guess they just felt like, well, you know, he's not going to toe the line. We're going to strip him of everything. I didn't think that was cool. That looked like mean grandma, you know. Not while you let that pedophile uncle sit up in there for as long as he sat up there And y'all knew what he was doing. Listen, he was hanging out with Epstein, whatever. Come on. Y'all know what he was about. And you just kind of let it, kind of like, well, let's just see if it dies down. Saying. It's all right. We just gonna let it go. So anyway, I'm just talking about the book because the book is doing so well. Spare. It's doing so well, and he's making the rounds, and he's answering questions. And I know people take issues with him talking about racism and biases. I'm like, damn, they're trying to set him on fire. I was like, okay, and listen, rightly so, get him corrected. But if that's his experience, and that's how he came to figure this out. Then I heard him. I heard what he was saying. Racism is a tough thing to reckon with. It is a very tough thing to reckon with because nobody wants to be seen as racist. Now people will claim their biases. Oh, I'm biased. And the unspoken biases and the unconscious biases, people can settle into that better than they can settle into I'm a racist. People can't. That's a hard one right there to sit on. Racist. Yeah, well, but what do they say? The first part of the problem is owning that you have a problem, right? That's the first part of solving a problem is recognizing that it's a problem, So maybe he can't reconcile he's a racist or his people are racist. I mean, I don't know how you walk into Buckingham Palace and not see all the white folks hanging on the walls and be like, oh yeah. I'm talking about these are the original architects of colonization. It's racist. They went to a whole other continent and took over, killed and pillaged, raped, killed and pillaged. I got stories about this. Hell yeah, they racist. They got centuries of receipts, centuries, not years, centuries of receipts of the racism from the monarchy. Are you kidding me? On the continent of Africa, India, wherever white folks went, rape, killed, pillaged. That's what they did. That's what they do. It's different now. The rape, killing, and pillage takes on other forms, but it's the architect. They're the architects of that stuff. So while he may say bias is all he wants, I just think bias just means that they can't speak truth to power about what racism is and privilege. And if nobody has more privilege than them, I don't know who on the planet does. Honest to God. They got more privilege. When you look in the dictionary of privilege, you see the Windsors, the Windsors, the Tudors, whatever. It's all the same bloodline. So I'm not playing that game with people about them. Listen, they're gonna figure it out, or they're gonna die trying. They're gonna die trying. They're going to figure it out. And I know it can't be easy. And I'm not suggesting that it is. I know it can't be easy to be in the public limelight. I mean, we all watched The Crown. We see how difficult it is, and the constraints of that. It's its own prison. It's its own gilded prison. It is. And they know it. But what else can they do? They're not fit to do anything else. And then this whole business about him talking about, his time in Afghanistan and, the kills and all that kind of stuff. We have whole movies about this. We have whole movies killing Middle Eastern people. I don't know why you think him saying he killed 28 people is going to rile the Middle Eastern folks up. Are you kidding me? You think that's the jeopardy? You think him saying that is the jeopardy for the for your military strength? Are you kidding me? There's movies on top of movies where Middle Eastern people are slaughtered and killed and are the bad guys. The bad guys. Movies, whole full feature-length movies. And you think him saying that is the root of all evil? You got to be kidding me. Seriously? People are misguided and misdirected on so many levels. I don't understand why you're mad at him. He didn't start that war. He didn't end that war. He was in the war and he was saying, I killed this many people. I think if everybody started admitting to how many people they killed, then that's the first, I think that's the first step in saying, people, we kill people. That's what I was charged with doing. That's what I did. I killed people. And however way he felt about that, he said it. Now, acting like militaries are not for the killing of other people is disingenuous and crazy. Militaries are for killing. They are for killing. I don't care how you crouch it. You're not sending the military in to bake cakes. You're not sending them in to fashion design. You send the military in to kill. What? Oh, so you don't want them. You don't want people keeping track of how many people they killed? No? You just want them to arbitrarily just be killing people and don't keep count. To me, that says he's got some humanity if he's keeping score. That's how I see it. It might be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's not like I've never been wrong. But I just feel like if you could say I killed people and know how many people you killed, that's the first step of understanding that your humanity is in question. Because if you could just kill without count, you could just kill without thinking, that's a dangerous place. That is very dangerous. And armies and military might is for killing. Let's not make any mistakes about that. Militaries are for killing. You could say defending, you could say offending, you could say whatever you want to say, but at the end of the day, it's for killing. We don't have a military to bake cakes. They're not going in there to cook people to death. They're not going in there to fashion design to death. They're going in there to kill. When you send your military, you are going to kill. That's it. I want people to sort of understand that. So I get it. People feel like, it feels like it's impolite. He's like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like he was sharing secrets to me. He's just saying, this was my experience. I killed X amount of people. And this is how I felt about it. This is what it was. This is not my life now, but that was my life then. And it played into the pain and suffering that I was enduring. I think that's real talk. That's real talk. I'm not defending him. I don't got no dog in that fight. I'm not anywhere near close to the monarchy. But I feel like if you could say that stuff and come out all right, that's the first step in your journey to healing, whatever is hurting you. And if we could get more people to do that, maybe the world would be a lot better. But to act as though the military is not designed to kill people, to act as though, that you feel like he's bragging about kill people when we have whole war movies about killing people. We have years and years and years of war movies bragging about killing people and our superiority and wins. When you fight a war, you talk about your wins. It's that, what's a bigger brag than a win? So, I just feel some kind of way about the way that we have these ridiculous conversations. But anyway, I don't know if I'll ever get around to that book because it's not in my top 100. And God knows I've got 3,000 books in front of me. And that ain't one of them. It's just not. So I'm just letting people know that. But I know there are people who are going to read it and want to discuss it and dissect it, and that's fine. It's not on my radar. I might get around to it, but unlikely. Unlikely. So, but I am paying attention to His Royal Highness. I don't even think you can call him Royal Highness anymore. Just listen, we have grown up calling him Prince Harry. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him Prince Harry. Prince Harry from LA. I don't care what the monarchy say. They can't stop it. We're going to call him that because that's all we know. We're not going to call him Harry. Let's say Prince Harry or Duke of whatever. So anyway, I just find that interesting that his book has outsold and did so well. I mean, they got to make money some kind of way, although I know his mama left all her money to him. So whatever money she had, she left to him. And so listen, they're not starving. They're not in the streets. They're not without means and resources. They're not. So I don't say this to say that I'm worried about them at all. I'm saying it. I'm talking about it in a way that we like to talk about celebrity, but we don't really like to talk about celebrity. And then you have a figure of international fame, who we've watched grow up. It becomes personal for people, and it's in our consciousness. So I'm not going to get the book, but I bet you I know somebody who will read the book. Not me, though. Not me. So good luck to that. So I'm on my way out because it is Friday. I had a good week. This has been a good week. Thank you all for letting me get some things off my chest, share some stuff. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who listens. Thank you for running up on me on the streets. I still appreciate that. And thanks for sending people my way who you think I should talk to. I appreciate that too. So I'm going to plan up some guests, and we'll have some guests in the next coming weeks, and it'll be nice to talk to other people. So I hope y'all are well. Enjoy this weekend. Get out and take in some MLK stuff if you can. Or if not, tune in on Monday. We'll be playing the speeches in totality so that you can at least, sit and be contemplative about the words. Let the words wash over you. And that's good. So have a good week, Harry. Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. And everybody at WNHH. I'll see you all on Tuesday.
If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 Our space is set up to say nothing. That's why you're here with me. These sheets create limitations. Strip down, bring it down to me. That you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do. If you feel that comfortable, you ain't gotta go nowhere. 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 If you feel that comfortable, it's okay if you're whispering something. It's clear what you're saying to me. Here you need no invitation, cause it's where you need to be. You say that you want it, so show me you want it. I say that to say this to you. Let's do what we came here to do.